What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of It's Better Than You Think. Today we're going to take a look at the Buffalo. Now recently I did cover the elephant gun and it was honestly super fun to use and surprisingly good. I recommend checking out that video if you would like to see that. Now I had so much fun with the elephant gun that I wanted to do the Buffalo, which is very similar to the elephant gun. So we'll go ahead and take a look at them here. Now, we'll just go ahead and directly compare the stats. These are two perfect versions here. Both of these weapons, they cannot have a scope, and that means they are limited to most of the good accessories. So the critical hit accessory is the best accessory they can get. But comparing the stats here, you see the Buffalo has better everything, but worse damage. So I'm going to take off my Chaotic Evil Rogue right here. I'm not spec'd into any skills. And you can see it says that the Buffalo just has a fire rate of 0.5 versus 0.4, but that's pretty significant. So with the elephant gun, we're going to go ahead and empty the magazine. I'm going to time this and see how long it takes. So that took about 15 seconds to empty that magazine. So let's go ahead and compare to the Buffalo here. So that only took about 10 seconds. Now I didn't fully empty the magazine because the elephant gun only has 6 shots. But anyway, even though the fire rates look very similar, in effect, the Buffalo actually has quite a higher fire rate. And that's actually going to be pretty significant because if you watched my elephant gun review, I ended up building for fire rate. I used a Chaotic Evil Rogue and a Rough Rider to activate Fearless so that I could get the fire rate up, high enough to use the weapon with critical ascension. Now, the thing is, with the Buffalo, I'm not going to have to do that because the fire rate is high enough that I'll actually be able to just use the weapon normally. I'll throw on my blockade for better survivability, and I'll be able to use the legendary sniper for better single shot damage, Now, again, I mentioned in that elephant gun review that you can just do the thing where you shoot and then swap back over. I don't like doing stuff like that. I'm not here to debate on whether or not that should be considered an exploit or not. I have no problem with other people doing it. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't enjoy doing that. So that's why I built that way. But with the elephant gun, with the Buffalo, I can again just use the legendary sniper and the blockade, and I will be able to use it, effectively. You know what? What's weird? Looking at these weapons with the part notifier mod, they both say they have the Buffalo sight. That's interesting. But another thing is, whenever I did that elephant gun review, I compared the elephant gun to a purple Chinook, which is, the non-unique version. Some people wished I had compared it to the blue version. I didn't do that because in the other blue uniques I've covered, like the Jolly Roger, I compared those to just the purple version. So for me, I think that's a more relevant comparison because, when it comes to using a non-unique, you're going to want to compare it to the best, or when it comes to using a unique, you're going to want to compare it to the best non-unique version, right? That was my thinking, but it'll just take a second to compare them both here. So as you can see with the elephant gun versus the blue Chinook, it has, way higher damage and worse everything else. But the Chinook is going to have the Chinook has quite a higher fire rate, even though it says it's 0.6. So we'll go ahead. So that's, again, even though it only says it's 0.2 faster, it's still, quite a bit faster. Now that said, I really like the elephant gun. Like, I'm not hating on it. I really like the elephant gun. For fun, I would use the elephant gun over a blue Chinook. But for efficiency, I would probably just use the Chinook because like the sight and stuff would make it easier to use. But there you go for the people who wanted to see it compared against a blue version. So let's go ahead and do the same thing with the Buffalo because it's got the same sort of thing going on here. But anyway, comparing the Buffalo to the purple Muckamuck, you can see the purple Muckamuck is a lot better. They have almost the same base damage, and with the critical hit damage from the gemstone skin, the Muckamuck actually might beat it, and then it has just better everything else. Now again, if you want to, give the Buffalo that handicap and compare it to a blue Muckamuck, you can see it has it has a little bit better damage and worse accuracy. Now, I would probably, for efficiency, I would probably still take the blue Muckamuck because you get the sight and it can have a damage accessory and stuff. So we'll go ahead and compare the damage here. We'll spec into a few skills here. We'll just stop right here. But yeah, we'll go ahead and test with the Buffalo here first. Oh, 119 million. That is sexy. Versus 105 million. So yeah, of course, the Buffalo is going to outdamage the blue Muckamuck, and we will now compare it to the Citrine Muckamuck here. and see what this does. All right, so again, 119 million damage versus 111 million damage. So yeah, the Buffalo does actually still have better single shot damage, even when compared to the purple Mucka Muck, even with the citrine skin. Now again, for me, the Buffalo and the Elephant Gun are kind of downgrades compared to the non-unique versions for efficiency, but just for fun, they're a ton of fun to use, and that's why I love both of these weapons. Well, I haven't actually used the Buffalo yet, but I suspect I'm going to love it. You know, obviously these are not weapons that you would use if you were going for meta options, but again, just for fun, I do really enjoy these weapons. Now, another thing to mention is compared to the Elephant Gun, the Buffalo here has the Jakobs barrel, so it kind of gives it better iron sights. So it might be, you know, a little bit easier to aim with. And again, if you do, you know, if you don't mind doing that weapon swap thing to shoot again faster, you could still build the Elephant Gun for single shot damage. Again, I just personally don't enjoy doing that. So for me, I think I'm going to like the Buffalo better. Just out of curiosity, let's compare the purple Mucka Muck and the blue Mucka Muck. So you can see, yeah, the purple Mucka Muck is much better. Again, the main benefit is going to come from the fire rate. And just one final time, the purple Mucka Muck is quite a bit better than the Buffalo. The blue Mucka Muck is probably worse. I mean, it's going to be very close because for one, it actually has a sight, but again, the Buffalo does out damage it. So again, for fun, I would definitely still just use the Buffalo, but if you're going for efficiency, you might prefer to use the blue Mucka Muck even. Okay, I just wanted to test with Two Fang real quick. It does not look like Two Fang is going to be good with this weapon. If I can get it to proc again, it will not freaking proc again. Yeah, you can see that recoil is pretty significant, so I'm not going to use Two Fang with this weapon again. I didn't use it with the Elephant Gun either. Alright guys, and here we are with the gameplay. Now, I forgot to mention where to get this weapon. This is obtained as a quest reward for completing Demon Hunter, which is found in Lynchwood, but I believe you can only access it after completing Where Angels Fear to Tread Part 2. Now, I'm going to be using an imperfect version here with the foregrip accessory and a Vladoff grip. And I'm going to use this against loaders. Like I said in that Elephant Gun review, I recommend using this against loaders because missing shots is pretty punishing and they're easier to crit. Now that does come at the cost of they resist the damage by 20%, but I think it's worth it. And I'm going to be able to use the blockade this time, my favorite shield, legendary sniper, Heart of the Ancients. This thing is great if you have a more aggressive playstyle because it gets you a good damage bonus and an extra fight for your lifetime and second wind health. The second wind health is especially nice because it will put you above health gate when you get back up. Now, obviously, I have more of a defensive playstyle, but if you have a very aggressive playstyle, this is nice to carry around. And at least just when you're in a situation where you're getting downed a lot, you can swap to it, you know, to get those defensive stats. Why won't you slag? As long as I can hit my shot here. All right, so you can see it does still have one shot, one kill added deception, which is going to be really nice. And if you are enjoying this video and if you would like to see more videos like this, do please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Do let me know what weapons you would like to see covered next, and do let me know what you think about the Buffalo and the Elephant Gun. So I got a little bit greedy there. I was trying to kill that guy, and I ended up getting hit here. Shot his arm off, come on. And, you know, if you don't want to like for me, then do it for Shadow. But yeah, in that Elephant Gun review, I did fight the Snowman, and I played terribly, so I might try to do that again. And I tend to not allow myself to redo runs just because I don't like to cherry pick. But, you know, I might let myself fight him again with this, and we'll see how we do. See if I can hit him from back here. Oh, nice. Yeah, this weapon is very fun to use. Yeah, guys, I promise you can make off-meta stuff like this work, even on OP10. Nice. Yeah, I really like the improved fire rate on this. Again, with the Elephant Gun, you could do the thing where, you know, you swap to skip the fire rate. But like I said, I just don't really like doing stuff like that myself. So I took a dot here. Cannot see anything here. But we got the kill, nice. Also, by the way, if you shoot loaders to blow them up, the explosion radius is actually bigger than if they just detonate themselves. All right, let's be careful here. I missed that shot, so that was not good. Come on, come on. There we go, nice. Yeah, such a fun weapon to use. Again, with velocity, it does hurt the slag pimp a bit, but I still tend to use it. Nice. Yeah, I mean, we're chewing these guys up. Obviously, Zero's skills are doing a ton of work here, but super, super fun weapon to use. Again, is it going to be the meta option? No, of course not, but yeah, a ton of fun. Zero's just so fun. I know I talk about it a lot, but he's the main reason Borderlands 2 is my favorite game. I would still like it if it wasn't for Zero, but it wouldn't be my favorite game. All right, got my deception shot. And we took him out in 3 shots. Beautiful. I suspect Mai would also be good with this. Like I said, I may do a run with her. I'm not sure yet. I probably won't have time to do both the snowman and her, so we'll see. Yeah, so fun. All right, so see if we can stop our stacks from bleeding. Deathmark, get him to stop spinning his arms. Nice. Almost a one-shot. I'll probably try to snipe these exploders. I usually don't. I'll just let them kill themselves. But if I snipe them, I can, you know, stop my stacks from bleeding. I mean, again, this weapon is so satisfying. Again, I do think I like it better than the elephant gun. But just this, they're really rewarding to hit crits with because there's, like, it's very punishing to miss. And it's just really satisfying. Now, I do, again, overall, I don't think these weapons are as good as they should be, of course. And I believe what the UCP does with the elephant gun, it changes the barrel to Jakobs, one-shot kill. And it increases the damage by like 200% or something. And that is like the best way to make up this weapon, to make up for the, you know, the downsides of this weapon. Oh god, get to cover, get to cover. Dots are just so dangerous. Yeah, again, guys, being able to kill enemies quickly is just so rewarding in this game. Nice. Yeah, I'm having a ton of fun with this weapon. And so you can see I'm strafing to avoid attacks. Which is really nice with the movement speed bonus from follow through. We'll just let him do that. Nice, staggered him. Alright, then we got the big guy down here. Oh, I missed my shot, damn it. They're easier to hit their arms sometimes, but I believe they do take increased damage in their eye slot. I'm just going to try to get closer to him to try to maintain my stacks of CA a bit. But yeah, very fun weapon to use. But yeah, what I was saying about velocity, I usually prefer to skip velocity, but just with weaker weapons, I like to take it to help make up the difference. But it does hurt the Slag Pimpernel a bit. But, you know, it's still very excellent. And you can also, you can kind of make up for that downside by aiming at an enemy's feet. But I'm kind of, like I said, I'm just not great at micromanaging stuff like that when I'm doing live commentary. But, you know, that is something. Bore shot, bore shot, bore shot, come on. Did we get a 2-for-1? Oh, we got the 2-for-1, yes. I mean, see, because of the fire rate bonus, we're maintaining almost 50 stacks of critical ascension here. Got an exploder here, let's be careful. Oh, we got a super badass back there. Oh, I missed? What? But yeah, man, Zero's just too fun. Nice. Come on, look at me. Ah. Alright, I'm getting pushed by a lot of enemies here, so let's be careful. Nice. Oh, I think I did. I got another 2-for-1 there. Hell yeah. Alright, so let's be careful with the big guy here. Shoot his arms off just to be safe. Yeah, such a satisfying weapon to use. We got another 2-for-1. Holy shit. God, this weapon is so fun. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't think you could maintain stacks of critical ascension with a weapon with such bad fire rate, but here we are. Throw my grenades. Once you get down to 4 grenades, you are guaranteed to get weighted drops from chests. Look at me. Nice. Yeah, super, super fun weapon. And you can see I'm back up to max grenade SDU, or max grenade ammo. Yeah, if you notice, I'm very spammy with grenades, and I pretty much never run out because of those weighted drops. Yeah, like unironically, this is one of my favorite sniper rifles. So once the critical ascension gets going, the damage penalty against armor is completely nullified, but you still get the benefit of them being easier to snipe. And again, this is a very ammo efficient weapon. in the sense that like each shot deals a lot of damage. So yeah, very, very, very fun weapon. Here's another tip for carrying critical ascension through maps is waiting, like draw an enemy to the entrance to the next room before you kill it, you know? Yeah, super, super satisfying. I'll probably just go, I want to fight the snowman again to try to redeem myself and just to test this weapon against it. So I probably won't have time to do but I did a run with her on the elephant gun review. So if you want to see that, go ahead and check out that video. Why did he turn around? But in that elephant gun review, I discovered that Two Fang will actually give you critical ascension. You know, I've seen people debate this for a long time, but I was actually getting Two Fang. Two Fang was actually proccing critical ascension, like both the base shot and then the Two Fang shot. And it seems that you have to have an enemy obviously big enough to land both shots on, and it has to have a low fire rate. If you have a higher fire rate, it won't work. But with the elephant gun, I slowed it down and I showed it at the end. I was able to get 2 stacks of critical ascension, you know, one from the original shot and one from the Two Fang shot. But also it was inconsistent. It didn't always do it. Now, like all that said, I'm still not a fan of, come on, stop the bleeding. I'm still not a fan of sniping with Two Fang. But it is interesting that it is actually able to stack critical ascension. I guess it's just critical ascension actually has a short cooldown. Like whenever you land a shot, there's a very small delay before you can get another stack. And so as long as your fire rate is low enough, it'll still work. Yeah, I do think I'm liking this weapon better than the elephant gun, although they're both a lot of fun. And the elephant gun does have a nicer skin. I do really like that this weapon has the Jakobs barrel, so it's got those kind of iron sights there at the end. But an incredibly satisfying weapon to use. Boom, shoot the arm off. Loaders are just fun to fight too, because you get those satisfying pops when you shoot their arms off. Is he slagged? Nope. Will you look at me, bro? So let's see if we can get one final one shot here. We should be able to. Beautiful. Yeah, a ton of fun. Unironically, one of my favorite sniper rifles. That is the Buffalo. And we will go ahead and go fight the snowman. All right, guys, and here we are with the snowman run. I did swap over to the perfect version here. And I did actually go ahead and spec into Two Fang this time. Because again, with the elephant gun at least was able to stack Two Fang on him. So we'll see what happens here. And I just wanted to try to redeem myself because my performance last time was so horrible. So I just got the Two Fang proc and I got I didn't get 2 stacks, I don't think. Yep, so it's not working with this. Other than, you know, to deal damage. So the fire rate on this seems to be too high. Now again, he cannot be slagged, so this fight can take a bit sometimes. Counter strafe, you can avoid a lot of attacks in this game by counter strafing. So obviously with critical ascension, this weapon is going to start off slow and then build up. Counter strafe. Hit him before he moves. A lot of times he'll move right before I line up my shot. Just can keep getting stacks of critical ascension off these little guys. And we can hip fire to crit him as well. So this is going to be a tier 3 weapon, which means it's good for mobbing on the right character, but not good for bossing. It's just I can do it, but you know, it's definitely not going to be a good option. And you can avoid that attack. You have to dodge it 3 times, but I find that it's kind of better just to let him hit me. So again, we're gonna, as we build up our stacks, we're gonna start dealing more damage to him, you know. Be careful here. Come on. All right, I hit him nice. Try to get the slagged guy. Oh, get out of the corner. Don't get cornered. Okay, I got cornered and I got down. That's okay. Boom, get up. Ah. Didn't hit the deception shot, but that's okay. I mean, we landed the shot, but it was after deception ended, but that's okay. I feel like I've landed more crits. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it feels like I should have more critical ascension, but I don't know. Counter strafe. Get out of the corner. Boom, headshot. Got the two-fang. Two-fang. Got him again. Yeah, so not a good bossing weapon, but it's just I'm going to be able to do it. So definitely a tier 3 weapon, but still a ton of fun to use. Now, the elephant gun, like I said, its fire rate was low enough to get critical ascension with the two-fang proc, you know. Alright, he knocked me into the air, so let's get out of here. Again, getting cornered, not a good time in this game. Boom, headshot, headshot, double headshot. So see, I'll just go ahead and dodge it. You gotta dodge it 3 times. You gotta like jump at an angle at the last second. Something just hit me, that was weird. I don't know what the hell that was. So you can see we got the two-fang proc again. Boom, two-fang again. Two-fang again. But it is not gaining stacks, so... Yeah, I don't know. The elephant gun is going to be one of the only weapons in the game that can actually take advantage of the double two-fang critical ascension thing. What the hell? I almost got him. Counter strafe, counter strafe. Oh, what? Okay, maybe can't counter strafe that one. Hip fire, get my health back up. Yeah, I really feel like I've been landing crits consistently and I've not maintained much critical ascension, so I don't know what's happening there. I really do not like that attack. I really do not think an enemy should be able to take away your ability to aim like that. He's got one more coming, right? Nope, that was it. Yeah, my critical ascension is completely gone. That's very strange. Alright, at least to me, it feels like I've consistently landed critical hits. Compared to the elephant gun run where well, I guess, yeah, no, that does make sense because with the elephant gun, I was getting critical ascension with the two-fang proc. So he's done now. He will not, he'll never get back up no matter how long he stays down. See if I can snipe them from back here. Boom, headshot. Boom, headshot. So yeah, guys, very fun weapon. Again, it is going to be a tier 3 weapon.
I mean, it's alright.
It is not going to be a great weapon for bossing, but I did just want to come here and do this run. Now, like I said, if you want to see this on another character, I did do a Maya run with the elephant gun if you would like to check that out. And these are very similar weapons, of course. Oh, got another snow guy here. These guys are really satisfying to snipe because of how they like explode when you shoot them.
And yet I am nowhere too. I am infinite.
But I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. And if not, well, you're already goated for making it this far. Last but not least, an extra special thank you to all of my wonderful members. You guys rock. Most importantly, stay safe and be here next time.